love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home.
I'm drank up and I'm banked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it. I'm drank up and I'm banked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it, you elevate it.
I came over, I ain't sober, I'm still drunk, that's hangover. Might run it back when this page over. You the best thing, I done slaved over. Gon' arch you back and been way over. It's overdue for that understressing. Over him, now you underdressing. Call me up and I come finessing. Like, ooh, we shot it, what it do, what it don't. Baby, you a queen, you can move how you want. You was rocking with me when I couldn't stay afloat. They ain't never saying nothing wavy to a boat. Like, eyes up, look at me, now I'm the captain. Brought the camera, time for action. Split the legs just like a fraction. Tuck the napkin, time for snacking. You a mother meal. Tell me that it's mine, baby, tell me that it's real. Hit it to the max, well, tell me how it feel. It's gonna be a minute, cause I'm in it for the thrill. Make her feel like heaven, she gon' put me in the wheel. And willingly, I wanna do anything she wanna do. I ain't even wanna boo, but this is what the karma do. It's hard to be apart from you, cause ooh, I
love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home.
I'm drank up and I'm banked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it. I'm drank up and I'm banked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it, you elevate it, you.
yeah. I'm tongue-tied, twisted around your finger like a piece of string. I'm winded, chasing after your ghost is real exhausting. I'm in love, but I don't think it's what I thought it was supposed to be. Love story, no guts and no glory. How did I get so dizzy thinking of you? I don't usually get like this. It's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? Well, I don't usually get like this. 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 Reminded of how I met you, tried to catch you falling. Instead I fell off myself and I just can't stop falling. These wings are gonna flap for me if I keep waiting. Keep waiting, keep waiting, keep waiting, keep waiting. How did I get so dizzy thinking of you? I don't usually get like this. I don't get like it's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? I just wanna kiss you. Well, I don't usually get like this. Get like this. Get like this. No, get like this. Get like this. Get like this. She loves me not. This bouquet is all I got. I'm dreaming, or could it be a future for you and me? She loves me, I know it's true. Or maybe I'm the fool for you. I don't usually get like this. It's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? Yeah, I don't usually get like this. Get like this. Oh, get like this. No, get like this. Yeah, get like this. Get like this.
Feel like falling deeper. Cold nights 난 너무 싫어. 기다리기에는 너무 길어. 줬던 내 사랑이 식어. 기대만 하는 것도 난 힘들어. No, I can't, just can't. 가져 내 맘을, 놔줘 내 가슴을 다 바쳐 사랑하기엔 내 자신이 너무 걱정돼. 바보 같은 생각이야. 알아 멍청해. 상상만으로도 좋은 상상만으로도 힘든 이중적인 면을 가지고 있어. 사랑이라는 걸. Oh yeah. Baby, can't you come with me? Can't you hold my hand and 서로 궁금해져 버려 애써 맘 졸여 하늘만 보면서 언제쯤 알게 될까 너도 나와 같은 생각을 하고 있을까 한참을 멍하니 보다 보니 살짝 어두워진 색깔 불그스름한 노을의 때깔 상상만으로도 좋은 상상만으로도 힘든 이중적인 면을 가지고 있어 사랑이라는 거 oh yeah. Baby can't you come with me can't you hold my hand and lead I just wanna know what you're thinking wondering all day long not gonna do another pick and choosing you and me in this song 상상만으로도 좋은 상상만으로도 힘든 이중적인 면을 가지고 있어 사랑이라는 거 oh yeah. Baby can't you come with me can't you hold my hand and lead
Hey.
I've been working overtime like crazy,
Man.
just to show you how I really feel. Haven't had a single day off duty, just to show you that my love is real. Do you even care when I stay? Oh baby, can you even tell I'm under your spell? Oh baby, I just wanna take another look at you so our eyes can finally meet. I just wanna take another look at you. Maybe that's when you will see that I'm falling hopelessly in love with you, 'cause you're making me complete. I just wanna take another look at you. Will you let me? Oh, I hope that someday you will notice every little thing I do for you. Like the time I went to buy you flowers, 'cause you said your favorite one is blue. Do you even care when I stay? Oh baby, can you even tell I'm under your spell? Oh baby, I just wanna take another look at you so our eyes can finally meet. I just wanna take another look at you. Maybe that's when you will see that I'm falling hopelessly in love with you, 'cause you're making me complete. I just wanna take another look at you. Will you let me?
All right.
I just wanna take another look at you so our eyes can finally meet. I just wanna take another look at you. Maybe that's when you will see that I'm falling hopelessly in love with you, 'cause you're making me complete. I just wanna take another
Good evening.
look at you. Will you let me?
You know, I'm so upset, you guys. I'm so upset right now. because my system is not working. I had support. I ran a test earlier today to get this system working. Tech support came. They said they did some special magic and the test worked and they got everything working. So now I'm trying it right now and it's not working. The salute is not working. Everybody type salute in the chat. My salute is not working. It's upsetting. For instance, let's go over to let me start up my chat. Super upset. They were like, "Oh yeah, you have to have it running for 10 minutes. You have to have it running for 10 minutes." And I've had it running for 10 minutes. And despite it running for 10 minutes, it's not picking up the contest. I don't know why, and it's upsetting. And I don't even know why it stopped. It just stopped out of nowhere. So I paid them for the higher account for the whole year earlier today. You know, you got the free, and then you got the pro. I bought the pro. Bought the whole year out. I'm good till January 3rd, 2023. And still nothing. I feel like I wasted my bread. I feel like I wasted my money, man. Because it's not doing what it's supposed to do. It's not picking up any winners. It's not picking up any, I'm sorry, not winners. It's not picking up anybody. In the contest. It's not even registering that I'm having a contest. Hold on, let me try one thing. I don't know. It's not working. Anyways, welcome everybody to another episode of High Value Shan. We're not only Shannon is a high value man, so is the content. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's good to see you guys. It's super good to see everybody here. I know, Lakeisha, we don't want to waste no money. They got me out here. And you know, it was supposed to be for priority support. I sent them a message just now, though. I sent them a message. I said, listen, I went to their Discord and I said, listen, I'm live right now. I am live right now. So if you guys want to pull up and take a look and see what's going on, I am live right now. So you can figure out my system because I need it to work. I need my system to work because it's not doing what it's supposed to do. And I need it to do what it's supposed to do. Hold on. All right. How you guys doing? Let's have a conversation, man. Let's talk. You know, I wanted to start the year off with a quick conversation. So we'll be going live every day with High Value Shan. At the end of last year, I didn't do any High Value Shan podcasts. I didn't do any broadcasts whatsoever. And it's because I was pretty much setting the system up and preparing to add all the additional stuff that we've added. You know, we're working out. We're working out every day. Tomorrow morning, we'll be working out at 6 o'clock in the morning, live right here on my channel. YouTube will be working out at 6 o'clock. We also watch movies on Monday nights. Tonight, we can't be here long, by the way. We can't be here long. Tonight at 8 o'clock. Tonight at 8 o'clock, me and all the soldiers are watching The Wiz. Have you ever seen The Wiz? The movie The Wiz? If you have seen the movie The Wiz, when's the last time you watched it? When's the last time you watched the movie The Wiz? That's what we're watching tonight. I'm excited to see that. I haven't seen The Wiz in a couple years. You know, The Wiz is one of those films where if you black, it's a requirement to have your black card. You ever played that game called Black Card Revoked? Do I have that game here? There's a game. I have it here. I'll find it. I think I got two versions. I got two copies of it. One in my office and one here. Black Card Revoked. And it basically it's a game. And if you want to buy it, you can. It's a wonderful game that you can have whenever you have friends over, whenever you're having a dinner party, whenever you are, chilling with some, or maybe you're on a date. Maybe you're dating somebody, and maybe you guys are kind of locked in, or you guys are comfortable with each other being at the house, and you want to have just a cool little game to play. Black Card Revoked. Go to Google and Google Black Card Revoked. I have that game. It's a card game, and you get a little box and you play. And so basically, it's a trivia game to test your knowledge on all things Black American. I tell you right now, you get your whole card revoked if you don't if you've never watched The Wiz. So for those that's never watched the movie The Wiz, Chicago really got it on VHS. Shout out to my man Chicago Rilla. Chicago really got, some of y'all don't even know what VHS is. Like, VHS, what is that? Like, what is that? Yeah, VHS is before DVD, which is before Blu-ray, right? Which is now before streaming. So now we don't even. When's the last time you put a DVD to watch a movie, or a Blu-ray? Now we just stream movies across the internet in 4K, right? We just stream high definition movies straight across the internet in 4K. Remember, DVD is not high definition. DVD is only 480p. High definition is 720p, and full HD is 1080p. So you guys are watching me right now in a resolution that is two times higher quality than a DVD. But what is VHS, Shan? VHS is 360p. So you got 360, 480, 720, 1080. I'm a geek, so that's why I know this shit, right? You're watching me right now in 1080p, right? Which is 2 times smaller than 4K. 4K is considered 2180, or I'm sorry, 2160. So 4K is 2160. Then there's 1080 full HD. There's 2K, which is in between. 2K is between 1080 and 4K. Really got it in 360p, y'all, on VHS tape. What's up, security boss? What's up, love? So we're watching The Wiz tonight. And VHS is a big old black cassette tape that you have to rewind to the beginning. Well, we're watching The Wiz in high definition tonight. So tap in, you guys. For all the soldiers here, all you got to do is become a member. The movies are just for the members. It's a perk that the members get over here at the SR Army. We watch movies that edify our minds. High value things that we can talk about and discuss, and that send a message over that helps us become better people. So shout out to all my soldiers that's going to be tapping in with us. Look at SO Hopeful. It's like VHS. It's like VHS what? Peter Investor said 8-track. I know y'all don't know nothing about 8-track. You guys have no idea what an 8-track is. I have an 8-track player. I think maybe a recorder. I think I got a reel-to-reel. I got an old Macintosh reel-to-reel. Let's keep it 100, and then I think I have an 8-track recorder, which hasn't been turned on. I haven't ran electricity through it in maybe 20, 30 years. So, yep, beta was before VHS. So shout out to everybody that knows the old school formats. So that's what I have been working on. I have been putting things together. We work out every morning, 6 days a week. Tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, live right here. We also watch movies, which is what we're doing tonight at 8 o'clock. And then I was putting together some other things that I have to do, particularly for the members of my channel. And so I kind of didn't do any high value podcasts for the last 2 weeks of the year. But we're starting the year off right. Today is Monday. It's the 3rd, and it's the first day for High Value Shan to be back. And I saved this particular conversation for 2022. And this is really more of a message for the women. Today is really more of a message for, RCC had a car with an 8-track player. RCC, you had a car with an 8-track player. Oh man, if I even saw a mobile 8-track player, that would be dope. I wish I could see a car 8-track player. I don't even know what, I know that's mind blowing to even think of. I know my pops had one in his Opel, and my mom probably had one in her Opel because that's what they rock. But I haven't seen one physically probably since I was a kid. So yeah, but anyways, we're talking about the gender gap. There's an argument, as I wrote in the description, there's an argument that still in 2022, women are not getting paid the same as men for doing the same jobs. What, if anything, is cool about that? What, if anything, is cool about that? And so I said, listen, the pay gap between men and women is both true and false. And it depends on who you're speaking to determine if it's true or false. The reality and the hard facts is something that a lot of people don't want to deal with, but some of it is kind of like, it's hard to really gauge. And I looked up some Pew Research before I did this show. I was like, let me go take a look and see. Because I saw a video, man. There was a senator, and I wish I should have grabbed that video. It'd take too long for me to go search for it right now. But there was a video where some feminists went before Congress and was complaining or trying to explain or maybe push an initiative to get passed into law of some sort on the pay gap. And the senator really ate their ass up. He ate their ass up, man. He was like, so, what are you saying? And so they tried to explain it to him on how the pay gap was unfair to women and how things weren't right. And he kind of broke down some things that I don't think that the women really wanted to hear at the time. But it was very kind of indisputable. I really wish I had that video. I should have found that. I just thought about it just now. But it doesn't matter because we're going to talk about it ourselves. And we know what we see in our observable realities in our own lives on if people are getting paid the same as each other for doing the same job. And so this message is really for women. And the message really is, this is where, the whole term, know your worth. Women need to know your worth. Know your worth. Know your worth, queen. Know how much don't give up, queen. No, yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Where did that term, who coined that term? I heard it like in December, and I heard a lot of people saying it, but I'm not even sure where that came from. I'm not even sure. Yesterday's price is not today's price. It shouldn't be. Yesterday's price should not be today's price. So for this message tonight, the pay gap, I want women to understand. Well, first of all, I already don't want you to work. Let me be clear. Shanny Shan don't want you to work. I don't want women to be out there hard working. I don't want you to work, ladies. Oh my God, Shannon, that's such a chauvinist point of view. Is that chauvinist? No, that's not chauvinism. That's misogyny. That's such a misogynist point of view, Shan. Why you don't want women to work? Why you don't want women to go out and get paid and get the bag? The answer is because I want you guys to be able to do what you want to do on a daily basis. I'd rather women chill and let the hard work be done by men. I want men. See, in a perfect world, in Shannon's little perfect world, everybody's in a relationship. Everybody, all of us, everybody, every adult male is with an adult female in a harmonious, happy relationship. This is my own perfect world, you guys. I can have this, right? I get to have my own perfect world. I get to have my own utopia. This is Shannon's utopia. And in Shannon's utopia, all adults are with somebody that they love, right? And what's happening in my perfect utopia, the strength and the buildup of the male has been designed to go out there and do all the hard labor. All the men are doing all the hard labor, and our women are chilling. They are the beacon of beauty in every relationship. They represent the beauty in every single union out there. And I'm an advocate for the women who wants to do whatever she wants to do all day. Now, if she wants to work, go for it. If she wants to stay in bed, stay in bed. If she wants to relax, relax. And if she has children, raise those children. No daycare. Mind you, there's no daycare. Oh, by the way, in my utopia, there's no daycare. There's no daycare. There's no need for daycare. Why? Because the women are able to raise and nurture their own children themselves, not some stranger taking care of them. There's not some stranger taking care of those babies, because the women are taking care of those babies themselves. Mom is raising her own sons and daughters. She's nursing her own sons and daughters. She's not pumping into a bottle because she's up work at 5 o'clock and got to get to work, and so she's pumping and putting it in the bottle and freezing the breast milk, and then she rushing out to heading over and fumbling over and tripping over all her reports from her job, and she got a briefcase, and oh shit, she done left her keys, and she's putting on her makeup and shit while driving in the car because she's heading into work, and she's pushing through traffic. I don't want women to do that. That's me. That's just me. I don't want women to do that. I don't like women having to get up with bags under their eyes, pushing through traffic in the morning, subjecting themselves to that kind of strenuous stress. That's what men is built for. Men. Remember, this is my world. This is Shannon's utopia. That's what men are built for. We'll deal with traffic, and women are able to do what they want to do on a daily basis. And if they have children, they're able to nurse and raise their own children, not pass them off to some stranger at some daycare because she has to be to work and clock in before 8 a.m. After she just commuted 45 minutes to her job. I don't want that. That's not what I want. So I already don't want you ladies to work. I want you to, as you call it, I'll concede to the whole rest in your femininity. That's what I want women to do. I want you to rest in your femininity. And your man, he out there doing all the hard work. And he enjoys doing it because that's what men enjoy doing. I get it. It has become normalized for women to want to do that. But I don't think it's natural. I don't think it's natural for women to want to go out there and push and get out there and do that. Now, what is natural is for women to do what fulfills them and makes them feel good. And if, let's say, for instance, running a small business or a large business, I don't care, makes you feel good, then do that. But you're doing what you want to do. You're doing what you feel like doing. You're doing on a daily basis what edifies you and brings you joy. Not because you have to. If I had to poll all the women in the chat right now and ask you, would you do what you're doing if you did not have to? You probably would say you wouldn't. You probably would say that you wouldn't. You probably have dreams and ideas of lots of different things. Probably more than likely nurturing type businesses, whether it's education of children or helping the homeless or whatever it is, that you wish you could do, but instead you got to do what you got to do because you're single, or you're in a 50-50 relationship with a man somehow. Oh, let's talk about that 50-50 thing, right? Because you're in a modern relationship. You're in a modern relationship where you are required to work, where you have to work, not one that you can do if you didn't. See, if everything was on your husband, if everything was on your man, and you woke up because you felt like doing that and it made you feel good. Maybe you were in film. Maybe you were maybe ladies, you were a filmmaker. Maybe you're a director, or maybe you're a writer, or maybe you're doing some kind of job within the film industry and you enjoyed doing it because that made you, that just feel, then fine. It's because you wanted to do it, not because you had to. Not because you had to. But if you're in one of those 50-50 relationships, if you're in one of those situations where you and your man have to work because the lifestyle that you guys have chosen requires more money than just what he's bringing in, then, hey, it is what it is. What's up, Miss Carrington? How are you, love? What up, Kaya? Hey, Brittany. How you doing, love? How you doing? So you got those 50-50 relationships. But listen, when we talk about the pay gap. Hold on. When we talk about the pay gap, for instance, in fashion, I'll give you an example. Well, before I even give you an example, let's talk about what's one of the main reasons why there is a pay gap. There's an article I read that says the pay gap does exist. It does exist. This is what's true. Like, this is where it's real and not real. So what's real about the pay gap? So there was a report that came out just last year from Pew Research, and it says that the gender gap in pay has remained relatively stable in the United States over the past 15 years. In 2020, women earned roughly 84% of what men earned, according to a Pew Research analysis of the median hourly earnings of both full and part-time workers. Based on this estimate, it would take an extra 42 days of work for women to earn what men did during the pandemic, just in 2020 alone. And as this has been the case in recent decades, the 2020 wage gap was smaller for workers aged 25 to 34. So the younger they were, the smaller the wage gap was. People got paid a little bit closer. So it's on average 84%. So we could say a little bit more than 84%. Women ages for if you're younger. So if you're aged 25 to 34, the wage gap was a little closer. You know what I'm saying? But it was a gap nonetheless. And women ages 25 to 34 earned 93% instead of 84% for every dollar. So the younger generation, it was 93%. But it's still a gap. What's up with that extra 7 cents? Women they'll tell you, give me my 7 cents. Give me my 7 cents. In 1980, women ages 25 to 34 earned 33 cents less than their male counterparts. Right now, it's only 7 cents. In 1980, 40 years ago. 40 years ago, women earned, so if we say 33, so 67 cents to the dollar if you were 25 to 34. But now it's only 7 cents difference. It's 93 cents. So the gap has closed in the last 40 years. Women in 1980 earned 67 cents to a man's $1. That is a 33 cent difference. That's huge. Today, age 25 to 34 is 93 cents to men's $1. It's only a 7 cents gap. But even the 7 cents, what's up with that? The argument on why there's a gender pay gap it's been explained in measurable factors such as educational attainment. Now, here's where the rubber hits the road. The reality is, ladies, it's not so much hate as told to you by misandrists and the feminist movement. It's not so much what women who hate men will tell you. Oh, you know what? It's because men just don't want women doing the same jobs. That's not necessarily true. It's because, and this is in being an employer myself, having hired women and men myself, having interviewed hundreds of people, having negotiated salary hundreds of times, being in the film industry and hiring a female director of photography, as an example, versus a male cinematographer, and negotiating how much they want me to pay them to do the job. The reality is, women, you settle a lot faster than men do. You settle a lot faster than men. I'll give you an example. In fashion, right? Darker models typically take less money than lighter ones. Darker models typically take less than lighter ones. Now, is it a situation where, now I know we're talking about men versus women, but I want to get you guys in the mind of somebody who feels that they're inferior to their counterpart. So the mindset of somebody who inherently feels inferior to their counterpart is going to be, one, happy to get the job. So if I was to hire, like, say for instance, I put out a modeling gig, and the modeling gig paid $500 for the day, right? If the modeling gig paid $500 for the day, but maybe I was tight on my budget and I wanted to negotiate. If I needed a darker model, now oftentimes you want what you want, right? Especially when it comes to fashion and you're shooting something and you need a particular look, but say you didn't necessarily need a particular look. Oftentimes the darker skin models, whether it be black women versus white women, you know, or whether it be a darker black woman versus a lighter black woman, I've noticed personally that darker skin models typically settled for less than their light-skinned counterparts. And one time when I asked, I was like, why is that? She was like, well, they don't even have, you know, rarely do they even hire dark-skinned models. Now, again, in modeling and in the film industry, when it comes to a particular look that you're looking for a particular shoot, the type of model that you want matters. You know, you may be hiring somebody who's Asian, or you may be hiring somebody who's white, or somebody who's black, or, you know, androgynous. It depends on what you're hiring. But the mentality is the darker skinned girls typically settled for less pay than the lighter skinned girls. That's just what they did. And the reason why is because they somehow felt inferior to the lighter skinned women, even though they may not necessarily have been. Even though they may have had a better body, they may have been easier to work with, they had a better look, their hair was easier to manage, the entire glam squad worked with them better. They typically were willing to take less because they just didn't get as much work. Now, here's the thing. Let's juxtapose that to men and women of today. You have men and women who will go for the same job. They'll go for the same job. This job is available and has been posted. The salary, normally when you get to higher paying gigs, they want to know your work history. You come with a salary. They don't post it. I know a lot of you guys are used to jobs because, see, there's wages and then there's salary. You guys understand the difference between wages and salary. See, wages is on an hourly. This is where you clock in. It's like, I got to be to work at 8. Oh my God, I'm late. You know, I get a 6-minute grace. I can't punch in 5 minutes early, and I can't punch in 6 minutes late, or I'm going to be considered late. On salary, that shit is out the door. There's no such thing as overtime when you're on salary. You work until the job is done, right? So typically speaking, for salaried employees, you have an interview, and then sometimes you have a second interview, sometimes even a third interview. And then if the employer wants you, if I wanted to hire you, I would sit down and we'd negotiate how much money you wanted for the job. And we talk about it because you kind of have an idea of what the ballpark is that you want. But oftentimes you want some salary, some history. How much did you get paid at the last place that you were working at that paid you this amount of money versus how much I'm going to give you. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. The women would always come in with these low numbers, man. Women would always come in with these low numbers. And I would be like, wow. In fact, I would be more inclined to hire women. One, because women were oftentimes more astute than men. Women sometimes would pay more attention to detail to a particular job function than the men did. They were more serious about it. And whether it was because you had to prove a point or whether it's because you just wanted to excel oftentimes, and I know you guys can experience, I know you guys have experienced this, and ladies, I know this has probably been you. You just took that shit more serious because you knew that you had a point to prove. You wanted to show them that you could do it, right? Whereas men, they were a little bit more aloof about it. They're a little bit more cavalier about the job. They were like, you know what? I got another job. It's all good. Yeah. The guys would always drop their pen at 5 o'clock. They'd be out, It's like, it's no big deal. But women would always negotiate lower rates because of the same mentality that the dark-skinned model had versus the lighter-skinned model. They somehow felt inferior to their competition. And whether you like it or not, there was a gender competition ingrained in most people, especially in the workplace. You had women who felt that they had to outperform their male counterparts to show that they can get the job done. No problem. That's great in the performance side. However, when it came to negotiating and getting the job, they would always slide a number across and be like, oh, okay. It could be let's say, for instance, a job that's willing to pay $75,000 for that particular position. A woman may come up in there and say, listen, she passed all the tests. She's perfect for the job. And then there's another guy who passed all the tests and is perfect for the job. He says, I want $75,000 for the job. She says, I'll take 68. The woman says, I'll take 68,000 to do the same thing that he'll do for 75. What do you think the employer is going to do? Think about this, guys. And this is where it's important that we have these high value conversations. I want you guys to think a little higher than most people. See, misandrists, the feminists will tell you, look what they're doing to women. Women do not get paid what men get paid. They hate women in the workplace. They hate women at Goldman Sachs. They hate women at Nike. They hate women in the corporate sectors because these women are out there doing the same thing that these men are doing, and they're not getting paid the same. You know what you get? You get what you negotiate. Ladies, you get what you negotiate. This is why I said no. This is where know your worth comes in. By the way, I don't want you to work to begin with, but since some of you are going to work, I got to put this out here. This is for the women that's going to work, whether they want to do with Shan, whether they want to live in Shannon's utopia or not. And so you guys, you go out there and you say, listen, I'll do the same job for 68,000 versus that guy over there that's going to do it for 75,000. Now, check this out. And this is the part that that's a trip. And this is the difference. This is the fundamental biological difference between men and women. This is where women are more, you guys are more comfortable in accepting what you get. You can counter the male and say, hey, man, listen, I hear what you're saying. You want us to pay 75,000. We got other people that's willing to do the job for a little bit less. Are you willing to come in and take a little bit less? You know what men typically do? No. Nope. 75,000. If you want me, it's going to be $75,000 a year. You can roll with them if you want to. and you'll get what you pay for, right? You heard the term, you get what you pay for. Or you could roll with me and you can hire me and everything that I'm going to bring to this company, and you will pay me $75,000. It is non-negotiable. I wish you all the best. Well, no problem. I wish you all the best. No problem. I wish you all the best. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. My number is available. And if you want to renegotiate, yesterday's price is not today's price. Who said that? Yes. Who created that for a catchphrase? Yesterday's price is not today's price. I'm $75,000 today. Tomorrow I'm $78,000. Tomorrow I'm $80,000. You can hire me today at $70,000. You can hire her, or you can hire that other person at $68,000, or you can hire me today at $75,000. Tomorrow I'm $80,000. It's on you. It's on you. And men will put, and so say for instance, a guy like me, I'm sitting back in my chair thinking, she wants me to, she says she's willing to accept $68,000 to do the same job that he says $75,000, and he ain't negotiating shit. And I could tell by her demeanor, because you have to understand people, right? I'm a really good judge of character, and I understand how people think and how they move. I pay attention to body language. Body language is 75% of communication. Only 25% of it is verbal. I could see somebody in a job interview and I'll be like, And if she's willing to take even less than 68, then is she worth it? Because, by the way, the job is budgeted for 75. I mean, it's nice to save the company $6,000 a year, but am I going to lose more than $6,000 in productivity? Am I going to lose more than $6,000 in productivity? And I got to be honest with you, that little pompous attitude that men sometimes have, it's kind of sometimes what we need in this position. I need a bulldog like that, because maybe it's it just depends on what the job is, but maybe that's the attitude that I need to make sure that we get the job done, because that little attitude, that little wall that he put up saying that he's not accepting anything less, is going to make the company $60,000 more, as opposed to the $6,000 that I'm saving by hiring her. But because she's willing to take $68,000, oftentimes, she doesn't get hired. I'll hire you at 75 because just the psychology of it. I think that's gonna be, you're gonna bring something to the table that I can't. I got to hire this man. So some employers will actually pay more to the person who negotiated more, not necessarily because he's a man, but because men typically ask for what they're worth. And they put in the hours. That's another thing. We'll come to that in a second. Now, in film, oftentimes when it's a job that it doesn't require any ingenuity, when it does not require you to innovate anything, I don't need any ingenuity or innovation. I don't need you to come up with shit. I don't need you to problem solve too much. All you have to do is push a button. All you have to do is push a button. All you have to do is follow these instructions, and anybody can do it. Any monkey can do it. If you can teach the monkey to push the buttons, then those people typically get hired. The company wants to save the money. This is what I often do in the film industry, because it's like, I don't need, for the PAs, it's like, how much you want per day? Oh, well, if a woman was like, I'll work for $100 a day, but then I got a male PA that's saying I'll take $150 a day. It's not hard to stop traffic. If I needed to do ITC, which is intermittent traffic control, that's what we call it in film, ITC. If I need somebody to run ITC for me, I'll take the person that's going to do it for $100. Anybody can stop traffic and make their way to make sure our company trucks can get through. So I'm going to hire the woman who's getting paid $100 a day versus the guy who wants to do the same job for $150, because the reality is that's all I cared about. I had a budget, you guys. There was a budget. Hold on, let me switch back to my notes. I got this page up. There was a budget. I wrote down here in my notes. I said, in TV shows, you'll see Robert Downey Jr. fight for people who wouldn't fight for themselves. I remember, shout out to Robert Downey Jr. You'll hear about TV shows where actresses do not get the same amount of money as their women counterparts. As their male counterparts. Or it'd be a sitcom where there's a cast and they're coming back from renegotiations on next season. And the agents for the men are getting more than the agents. You know why? It's because when the agent went back to the actor or actress, it's like, listen, the studio is willing to pay you $150,000 per episode. They're only going to pay you $150,000 per episode. And so the woman is thinking of her bills. She's thinking of her house, her car note. She's thinking of her livelihood. She wants to be able to feed the dog. You know, she's probably thinking about saving up some money so she can have enough money to take off for when she gets pregnant. So she's thinking about all these things, right? And she says, okay, cool, I'll take it. She tells the agent to go ahead and sign off on that, right? And then they somehow have a conversation in the trailer on, while shooting episode 1. And the guy says, yeah, man, I got $250 per episode. I'm glad we're all doing well. And she's like, I didn't get $250,000. I got $150,000. And they're like, why? Why did you get $150,000 and I got $250? You need my agent. No, she settled for $150,000. The male actor didn't settle for it. He was like, oh, no. The studio wants me for $150. Oh, that's ridiculous. Tell them they're gonna have to rewrite my character. They're gonna have to kill my character off. I'm not coming back next season. I'm not coming back next season to let's say, for instance, The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. I'm not coming back next season. They're going to just have to kill me off. I need $250,000 for me to come back. Sorry. Whereas the woman would be like, oh no, I need it. This is a great job. I want to I'll take it. I'll take $150. I need income. The man is like, no, we're doing 13 episodes. I need $250,000 per episode, period. That's just what it is. I need all $3 million. Whereas the woman, she's going to accept $1.8 million. And that's what happens oftentimes. And so sometimes you get bleeding heart people like Robert, who the show can't go on without them, like Robert Downey Jr. He'll come in and say, you know what? I'm going to fight for those who won't fight for themselves. And oftentimes, ladies, it's you who will not fight for yourself because you do not know your worth. Or maybe you do know it, but you negotiate a lot less. You negotiate a lot less. Listen, I'll give you an example. When I was at Sears, this is the year 2011. In 2011, I was manager at Sears. And I needed a supervisor to run my entire jewelry department. Up on the second floor at the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza. I needed a supervisor. I had some employees there, but I needed a supervisor to be able to run the entire department. We called them leads when we were at Sears. And I had a friend who she could sell anything to anybody. She was a great person. She knew how to sell, and she came with a work ethic like no other. But she knew her fucking worth. And so at the time, she said, Shan, she did her numbers and she was like, yo, I got this amount of bills. I'm living this type of lifestyle. And I need to make X amount of dollars. And this is 2011. This is 10 years ago. And so she was like, Shan, I need to do, she said, I will settle for $19 an hour. Now, mind you, all of the other supervisors in the store was working who had been at Sears for years. They had been at Sears for years and they were working for $4. Now this is way before $10 an hour, a minimum. I think what was somebody look, let me see, what was minimum wage in 2011? It's like, had to be like $7. Minimum wage was $7.25 an hour in 2011. Well, Google is your friend. Minimum wage was $7.25. So I was paying my supervisors like $9, $10 an hour. The ones that's been at Sears for a while, and I'll explain to you how I ended up becoming a manager later in another show. But I had supervisors there that was making $13 an hour. They were happy. They were happy, you guys. This is minimum wage was $7.25. If they was making double that, oh, they were happy. $14 an hour. I'm making double minimum wage. And they had been at Sears for years. They had been working for Sears for a long time. I'm talking 6, 7, 8, 10 years in the game, making $15 an hour. My girl comes in. She's like, Shan, I need $19. Now, we knew what the budget was. I was an assistant manager, and my manager, we knew what the budget was. We knew how much money we could spend, right? She was like, I need $19 an hour. Mind you, people that have been working in this as supervisors in other departments, in my footwear department, in men's department, in home improvement. I had a sister that was there. She had to be there damn near 20 years working in the home improvement department. She was doing like $14. This girl off the street, never worked for Sears before. I need 19. I'm sorry. I need 19. Everybody, throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
Throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
My man, Mr. Awesome, has blessed the channel with a $5 super chat. Let's make him the stream sponsor. Hold on. Let me minimize this. He is now the stream sponsor. Thank you, Mr. Awesome. What does Mr. Awesome say? He says, look, flight engineer. Let me put it up. He says, logging 93%, flight engineer 90%, all mining 98%, roofing 91%, waste collectors, trashmen or trash collector 87%, iron workers 92%. Where are these sausage fest jobs mentioned at in the feminist talk? That's the second part, and we're gonna talk about that too. I'm gonna put a pin in that. How do I save that? I'm gonna put a pin in that message because we're gonna talk about that. So back to the story. Shout out to Mr. Awesome. Everybody throw your ones up to Mr.
Being
Awesome.
number one isn't
we're gonna talk
easy.
about the harder jobs and who works the most. That's the last thing. So we're talking about negotiations right now. We're talking about negotiations right. My man. You know I love me some Mr. O. Mr. O, everybody throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
He says you are doing good. Send me some subscribers. Everyone, real quick. Everybody that's watching the show, we only got about 20-something people watching the show right now because I do the show. I don't really do panels. I do shows by myself. So we got 20 here, but there's going to be a lot of people that watch this show afterwards. You have got to tap in with my man, Mr. O, Just Living. Please go watch his channel. Don't subscribe. For 2022, he has launched a brand new channel. We need to get him to his first milestone of 1,000 subscribers. I rock with Mr. O. I support him. He's come on my show many times. Has blessed me with some gems and information. Soldiers, can you guys go please follow Mr. O? Listen, we talk about social digital currency, right? It's unlimited. You have unlimited subscribes. You have unlimited likes. You have unlimited subscribes. You have unlimited likes. I don't know why people hold that back as if they don't have that much left. It's like, I don't have that many likes left. Like, I don't know how many likes is on this video right now, but are you guys liking this video? I don't know how many people are subscribed to Mr. O, but why not? Subscribe to my man. I'm telling you that he's a good dude. So subscribe to my man, Mr. O. He just blessed this channel with $20. Everybody
Being number one isn't easy.
To my man, Mr. O. And then that makes him the stream sponsor. So I'm gonna have to update that real quick. Mr. O is just living. Hit us with a $20 super chat. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support, man.
Being number one isn't easy.
You know, my man RCC came in here and hit us with, RCC is always blessing the channel. RCC has been the stream sponsor many a times. What does RCC say? He said, men are built for stress and can handle more stress without emotional impact. Exactly. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Let me put a star on that one too. Let me put a star on that one. I put a star on RCCs and a star on Mr. Awesome. And shout out to Mr. O, RCC 72 Detroit, and Mr. Awesome for the super chats. Thank you for blessing the channel and giving, because I don't like to call them donations. Thank you for the blessings that's helping me make this channel continue. So listen, so now we're on the negotiation phase, right? There's negotiation, there's there's negotiation, there's the jobs themselves, and then there's who works the hardest. So right now we're on the first part, negotiation. My girl came in there, and this is in 2011, and she was like, yo, I need $19 an hour. And she didn't even work for us. She didn't come from any other retail store. She didn't come from Target. She didn't come from Bed Bath & Beyond. She didn't come from Bloomingdale's or Macy's. She came as an independent worker. And because what it is she had a boutique of her own. So she had some retail experience of running her own boutique, which is really what sold her the job. But the point is, she came in and said, I need $19 an hour, which took her way beyond other supervisors that didn't make the same amount of money. She came in at 30% higher than all the other and I'm talking about people who had been Sears veterans that knew the system, understood everything. There was little to no training necessary. They understood how it worked, but they oftentimes were like, they came from the floor. They were just like regular, what do we used to call those people? MCS? The people that work the floor, or a cashier, and then the job would open and they become a supervisor, and then they just kind of, as a cashier, they were making $7.25 an hour, and then they came in and then they had this job opening and they applied and we gave it to them, and so they were happy to make now $9.25 an hour. They were like, shit, I got a $2 raise for sure. And now you got a supervisor that's working for you, because at Sears, who gives a fuck what gender you are, as long as you follow these rules. It ain't like you get to innovate. You don't get to figure out stuff. You don't get to decide what color something is. Corporate in Chicago sent everything to you. All you had to do was facilitate making it happen in your department store. So it's not like you get to figure things out, right? So oftentimes most times it didn't matter what gender you was. So if you were a woman who just came from the cashier department, and now you are a supervisor, and you were once making $7.25 and I offered you $9.50, you were like, shit, yeah. Hell yeah. I just got a $2.25 raise. Absolutely. Where do I sign? And to me, I'd be like, cool, sign it off. Well, my girl came in. We needed a supervisor for the jewelry department. And the jewelry department made a lot of money for that store. She said, I need $19 an hour. And she came in there and she stood up straight and she stood firm and she negotiated her 19. And at the time, my boss, right, was like, Shan, what do you think? And I was like, bruh, she's going to make us so much money in this department. Do you see that type of attitude? That's why I am who I am. Make no mistake. That's why I am who I am. When we negotiate, because we had to go run this through the district manager. The district manager was like 19. Who the hell does she think she is asking for $19 to be a supervisor of a jury department at Baldwin Hills? She got a lot of balls. Go ahead. Tell her she's hired. We hired her ass at $19 an hour. When I ran her paperwork through HR, our HR manager was like, what? Because see, our HR manager was a supervisor too. And our HR manager was like, what the fuck? She makes more than me. Who is she? Our HR manager was mad. The only 3 people that know salaries in the store is the manager, me, HR, and the employee. Nobody else knows. And when HR got it, she was like, this is bullshit. She was like, what the fuck? But she negotiated that. Now, here's the thing. Here's the flip side of that. When she came in, she made so much money. Her work ethic, her work ethic matched her salary. She took that department. I think I was doing $1 million a year, maybe. I think I was doing maybe No. She took me to $1 million a year. I think I was doing maybe 400,000. She doubled the money. Let me do it like this. She doubled the money that I was making in that jury department. Far beyond. She was worth her weight in gold. The way that she ran that department and the employees that was up under her, because she was the supervisor for the jury department. The way she ran that department, the way she was able to upsell a diamond to a customer who was looking for an engagement ring, the way she would sell the gold necklaces, the way she would convince. First of all, she had the look. She was the sister. She had the look, right? People had no problem. Just take my money. Take my money. She doubled the sales. I want to say that she made the company about $500,000 more a year. She made our store 1018 about $500,000 more a year than if I would have hired any other supervisor. But she knew that. She knew it. And so she said, I need $19 an hour to do what I need to do full time, period. This is 2011. We paid her that $19 an hour. We took a gamble, and she turned around and she made the company $500,000. You know what this is? A woman who knew her worth. She knew her worth. You know what else she negotiated? Now that I remember, and she negotiated that she would get Christmas off every year. First of all, that's unheard of in retail. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Christmas off. She not only negotiated $19 an hour, she also said, and I'm not going to be here during Christmas. When retail needs you the most. She said, I'm good all year. I'm good for the rest of the year. I'm good for Labor Day specials. I'm good for Valentine's Day, which is important for jewelry. I'm good for all of that. I'm not here on Christmas, by the way. She made that. She was hourly wage, but she negotiated Christmas off. That was part of her deal. And I accepted it. You guys. But she also made me $500,000 a year more. That was a woman who knew her worth. She knew her worth. She knew what she was going to do for the business once we brought her in. Oftentimes, women, you know your worth, but you don't negotiate it. And you wonder why there's a pay gap. The pay gap is because men, we know our worth and we demand it when we're hired. Women, you know your worth, but you settle for less because you guys are more agreeable. It's part of your nature. It's really nothing you can do about it. It's just who you are. And one of the reasons why the pay gap has closed over the last 40 years is because of sympathetic reasons. Not because you're negotiating harder and shit like that. It's because, companies are getting sued and shit. And it's like, okay, fuck it. Give them what difference does it make? We still need them. There's a lot of sympathy. It's the reason why a lot of votes are being passed in women's behalf, because there's a lot of simps that pass these votes. So a lot of women are hired at salaries not commensurate of what they negotiated, but just because, fuck it, why not? I don't want to have no problems. Then once you negotiate what you're worth, where are you working? Where are you working, ladies? I want to highlight something. Mr. Awesome sent a super chat. He says logging. That's log jammers. I'm talking about the people that's cutting trees down in the forest. 93% men. Flight engineers. I'm talking about the people that's working on the airplanes, that's making sure the airplanes are, well, hold on, let me see. Can I make this stay? Can I make that stay? I don't know if I can make it stay. Flight engineers. That's making sure the airplanes are staying in the air. That's making sure those turbines are doing what they're supposed to. Right? Let me undo this. It's not staying for some reason, Mr. Awesome. Anyways, 90%. Oil mining, the miners that's extracting oil from the earth. 98% men. For every 100 men, only 2 of them are women. 100 oil miners in a room, 2 are women. 2. 98 of the people are men. Roofing. Everybody look up. Everybody look up. The roof that's over your head. The roof of the building that is over you, whether you're in an apartment right now, whether you're in a commercial building, whether you're in a house. The roof that is over your head, 91% of the men and women that are doing roofing are men. 100 people in a room, 100 roofers with their roofing hammer and their roofing nails and the shingles and all that kind of stuff that's making sure that the rain slides down off the roof of your building was done by men. 91 of them. But you know what? They can die. We'll get to that on the third one. We'll get that out on the third point. Trash collectors. How many of you guys have looked outside? Like the trash comes to my house on Tuesdays. Trash day at my house is Tuesdays. And on Tuesdays, I've never seen a woman driving this big ass green trash truck. I got 3 trash cans. I got a black one for any kind of waste. I got a blue one for recyclables, and I got a green one for like my grass and stuff, for earth, for the gardeners. That's what my gardener uses, the green can. So I got 3 different trucks coming to my house every Tuesday. No one, I've never, of all those 3 trucks for the decades that I've been here, I've never seen a woman driving one of those trucks. I don't know about your neighborhood. I don't know. But I've never seen a woman driving a trash truck. So out of 87 trash truck sanitation workers that's standing in a room, out of 100 sanitation workers standing in a room, 87 of them are men. There's only 13 women in the room. Iron workers, 92%. That's the people that know how to weld. That's the people that's putting on the helmet and putting on the protection gear and then welding shit. 92%. You know, where are these sausage fest jobs mentioned in feminist talk? See, these are the things that build the world. When you guys hear Kevin Samuels talk about men built the world, that's what we're talking about. It requires muscle and strength and the aversion to danger to build the world. To get up on a roof, you know how many roofers die per year? Simply because they fell off the fucking roof. Despite all the safety measures, despite all the safety apparatuses and things that are in place to protect them, do you guys realize how many men die falling off roofs? Women ain't getting up there. Ladies, you're not getting up there. Why does this shirt keep doing it? You know I like my shirts to be, my cuff to be folded. Women, you're not getting up on a roof. Let's keep it 100. Ladies in the chat, you're not getting up on a fucking roof. You're not getting up there. You're not. You're not going up there to make, if there's a leak right now, you're calling a man. I don't know where you live, but if your roof started leaking right now, you're calling a man. Men built the world. See, I don't need no man. You need him when that roof is leaking, because your ass ain't going up there with a can of Henry's. You're not going up there with a 5-gallon can of Henry's to patch that leak on the roof of your house. I guarantee you calling a man to come do it. Exactly. So if you got a job where I can die falling off the roof, should I get paid a little bit more? You think maybe? You think maybe if I can die, if I can die because I fell off the roof. If I'm an oil rigger and this thing explodes in my face and blows my face off, you think maybe I should get some hazardous pay? Ladies, I don't know. I'm a welder and I'm arcing these two pieces of metal together, and this thing and the tank explodes. The tank explodes because maybe the oxygen mix was off. My man Kosher's in the house. My man Kosher, he blesses the channel. He says, "Blessing, brother. Keep grinding, Shannon." Yes, sir. I started back up, Kosher, with a high value Shannon. I took a 2-week hiatus to get things in order, to get my house together over here for my whole YouTube channel. And so now today's first day of the first business day of the year, and I'm just getting started, man. I appreciate you, Kosher. Everybody, please go follow Mr. O Just Living, and please follow Kosher Clinician. I'm on Kosher Show all the time. Go follow Kosher Clinician. Support these channels. There's enough information for all of us to absorb all this information. I suggest that we all stop listening to music and radio. We can do that when we're making love. Instead, when you're driving in your car, listen to us. Listen to these podcasts. Listen to people like Kosher Clinician. Listen to people like Mr. O Just Living. Listen to people like Shannon, Rawls. I'd rather you listen to me during your commute than listen to Cardi B talk about how wet her pussy is. Edify your minds, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to my man Kosher. Everybody throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
Everybody throw your ones up to Kosher. I don't see the ones. I don't see the ones. Ladies, come on, soldiers. We know what we're doing. Come on, soldiers. Y'all know what to do.
Being number one isn't easy.
I don't see those ones. Throw your ones up for my man Kosher. Throw them up. There we go. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter. Everybody else, where them ones at? We're not going forward till I see some ones. Throw them up. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Awesome. To show some respect. So listen. Oh, Jill is subscribed. Okay. Jill is subscribed. Hey, Snuggles. Hey, Snuggles. What's up, sis? I'm glad you're here. My man Javaro, thank you. Thank you, guys. Throw our ones up. When people bless this channel with super chats, we throw ones up. That's what we do. Listen. If I can die out there rigging, if I'm out in the ocean fishing and fighting the sea, you think I should probably get paid a little bit more? Ladies, you can do the job, but do you want to? One, are you capable of doing it? That's what we're going to get on the last point. But before we get there, do you even want to do that? Or would you rather be at home raising that baby, that blessing that came out of your womb? Would you rather see, you want to be home, you got to see the feminists that have you think, you need to be home barefoot and pregnant, clean up, wash these dishes and scrub that floor and rot. No, how about you don't you want to raise your children? I want you to. I want you to. I don't need you out here. I don't need you on the roof with me. I had to patch my roof. I wouldn't want my wife up on the roof with me. You can go to Home Depot with me because I just want you around. We could talk about stuff. I want you to look. When we go to Home Depot, you don't need to come to the lumber department with me. You don't need to come to lumber and roofing with me. You know where you want to go? You want to go to garden. You go to garden. You want to go to the garden department. Do we need any new plants? Do we need any new flowers? Do we go to something that makes the house a home? Can you help make our house a home? I'll make it the house. I'm in lumber and roofing and fasteners, as Home Depot calls it. I'm in the fastener department. I'm looking at these new tools. You make it the home, make it a home. I'm gonna make it a house. I'm gonna fix you're not coming up there with me. I don't even want you up there with me. You wouldn't know what to do if you was up there. And nor are you interested in learning. But I bet you want to work on that garden and make this house pretty. You want to make it so that the curb appeal is really nice. So when company comes over, they're like, wow, look at this. This is beautiful. Oh wow, well what kind of flowers is that? And how did you end up doing that planting? Goodness gracious, I love the color scheme that you got going on. That's all you, baby. You handle that. Me, I just making sure that ain't no goddamn leaks in the roof. I'm gonna get up. I gotta crawl up under the house with 18 inches of crawl space, so I could go make sure that the copper pipes are not leaking. So I'm crawling under. Are you gonna go under the house with me and crawl, ladies? No, you're not doing that. You calling somebody? Come on, keep it 100. You're not crawling up under in that tight crawl space. You know what? I don't have no problem doing that. In fact, I fucking enjoy it. I do. I enjoy it. You make the house a home. I'll make it a house. So since you're not coming up on the roof with me, you think maybe the guy that does roofing jobs should probably get paid a little bit more? See, the gender pay gap is both real and fake. There is a gap. It's real. But the reason why is fake. And I have a lot of people thinking it's just because you're women that we don't want you to do it. If you're willing to get up there and do the roof jobs, then we'll give you the money. But because you're not willing to do the same shit, you don't get that kind of money. And if you were to do the roof job, did you negotiate your salary the same way those other plumbers and electricians and HVAC guys and roofers and carpenters did? Did your construction company do the same negotiations as you? Probably not. They probably stood firm in how much money they required to do the job, where you said, I'll take whatever you give me. Where you said, ladies, I'll take whatever you give me. And then, did you see where my man, where did it go? My man RCC. Oh, look, RCC hit me with another super chat. I want to go back to his last super chat. Ladies and gentlemen, we talked about negotiating. We talked about the type of jobs. But now let's talk about the ability to do such. You see, RCC says men are built for stress and can handle more stress without emotional impact. Men are built for stress and can handle that stress without the emotional impact. You know how important that is? Men are built for the stress. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we are designed different. And Mr. Awesome hit us with another $5 super chat. I'm going to address both of those super chats in just a second. I'm talking about RCC's point on how men are built for stress. Where'd it go? There it is. Men are built for stress and can handle more stress without the emotional impact. Some of these jobs, like race car driving, football, the NBA, and basketball. You know, did you guys see that report recently where there's a sister in the WNBA who now is starting her OnlyFans? She's doing OnlyFans. She's in the WNBA, by the way, the Women's National Basketball Association, because she can't afford to live the way she wants to. So she's going to do OnlyFans. It's not that she can't ball, but she's not slamming it down like LeBron. She's not breaking backboards like LeBron. Have you guys ever watched a women's basketball game? It is like watching paint dry. It is, okay, mind you, I'm not even interested in sports. I don't give a fuck about sports. But if I cared about sports, one I'm not watching is women run back and forth up and down the court, sweating and doing all that, trying to be strenuous and look like they fucking just weak vessels running up and down and stumbling over. Did you guys see that video I posted on my Instagram where women had missed all the shots? You know who was in there? Was that Mr. Awesome that was in there? And the women was upset that I posted that post, saying that I was that it was a misogynistic post because women couldn't make the baskets. No, the shit is just not fucking interesting. It's not fucking interesting. Who wants to watch the WNBA? It's not even interesting. It's not the same as track and field. It's not the same as gymnastics. I don't want to watch that. So you got LeBron making these hundreds of millions of dollars, and you got women who's barely getting fucking $100,000. It's just, it's supply and demand. And so like RCC is saying, men are built for stress and can handle more stress without the emotional impact. Without the emotional impact is key. I want to highlight something that RCC said. Without the emotional impact. The emotional impact can make and break the success on a particular job function. It can make or break the success on a particular job function, like law enforcement, like combat, like war. Like war. Hand-to-hand combat. Infantry. It requires a certain level management of internal emotions to be able to deal with the stress that comes with some jobs. And women, you know that. Well, should those men get paid more in these high, stressed, dangerous environments? I think so. I think so. And women, you know that. And this is why when you look at STEM, right? Science, technology, engineering and math, you typically find men who's dealing with these high stress jobs. Even when women are begged to join, they can't get you guys to sign up. They can't pay you enough. You don't even want to do it. It ain't that women don't want to do STEM. It ain't that women can't do STEM. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do that shit. And here's the reality. I don't want you to. I want you to do what you want to do. I want you to do what you want to do. I want you to do what makes you feel good. That's what I feel. That's how I feel about it. Shout out to RCC. He hit us with another super chat. Everybody throw
Being number one isn't easy.
He says this new infrastructure bill is going to be more construction jobs, and they're going to eliminate the cashier jobs. This new infrastructure bill is going to be there to build more construction jobs. You know how much land that we have in America? Somebody asked how many people can Earth hold? Does anybody know the answer? We have 7.5 billion people on the planet right now. How many people can Earth hold? Feed and hold and have. You guys know? Anybody know the answer? We have 7.5 billion people on the planet right now. The answer is 200 billion. Earth can, if done efficiently, can sustain 200 billion human beings, and we're only at 7.5. We're at 7.5 billion, and Earth can probably effectively manage 200 billion of us. So when my man RCC says this new infrastructure bill, thank you, Patrice. I'm going to address Patrice in just a second. When my man RCC says, look, Shan, this new infrastructure bill is going to require more construction, is because we have a shitload of land that we're not occupying. We're all crunched up together in these cities. We're all bunched up together in Chicago and New York and LA. We're all bunched up together in San Francisco and San Diego and Miami. We're all bunched together in Detroit. You know how much land is in America? You know how many more Los Angeleses we can make? You know how many more New Yorks we can build in America? We just haven't built them. We just haven't made them. We can make them. We just haven't made them. And so we're building. We're building. We're expanding. As a species, that's what we do. We expand. You know, in the Matrix, they say we're like a virus. We fuck up some shit. And then, you know, humans are one of the only species that makes the environment adapt to them as opposed to us adapt to the environment. Most creatures on the planet move into an environment and adapt to their environment. They become part of wherever they go. Humans, however, as viruses do, we go to a new area and we change the environment to adapt to us. We tear up some shit. We tear down trees. We fuck shit up. We stop water from flowing. We dig holes. We build shit, and we change environments to adapt to us. We do not go to a new section of the planet and adapt to the environment. We modify the environment to adapt to us. Welcome to the human race. And in order for us to do that, we have to build. Men are going to do that. Ladies, you will help us make more children. Ladies, you will help us relieve stress. Ladies, we will protect you. Ladies, we will nurture you. We will provide for you. Ladies, you will make the house a home. I'll build the house. Shout out to my man RCC. Mr. Awesome came in with a $5 super chat. He hit us with some more numbers. He hit us with the salaries on what he said. $41,000, $121,000, $51,000, $42,000, $42,000, $53,000. These are the average men that you ladies don't like, right? Who's gonna carry the boats? Hoorah! Hoorah! My man, Mr. Awesome. That's the average salaries. Oh, those are the men that women don't want. That average women don't want average men. You average women don't want these average men. Oh, they're not good enough for you. They have to make $100,000 or more. Only one of these jobs in here is averaging over $100,000. That man that's cutting down those trees, $41,000. That flight engineer that's working on those engines, $121,000. Yeah. The oil miner, he's only making $51,000. The guy that's doing the roofing that we talked about, $42,000 on average. The trash collectors, $42,000 in sanitation. Iron workers, that's welding. These are the jobs you ladies don't even want. They're doing $53,000. These are the men that you claim that you don't want because you want somebody that's doing $100,000 or more. You're fighting for all their bosses. You're fighting for the company owner. And all of you ladies is fighting for that same guy. You're fighting for the same guy. And your ass is average yourself. Anyways, that's a different conversation. Don't take me there. Not tonight, Mr. Awesome. Shout out to Mr. Awesome. Shout out to Mr. Awesome. And then Patrice hit us. What does Patrice say? She says, salute, Shan.
Being number one isn't easy.
Everybody throw your ones up to Patrice Jean-Baptiste. She says, salute to you, Shannon, for your content. This is for you to continue sparkling. All right, y'all. Who drinks these? Is my camera gonna focus in on that? I don't know if it will. Let me see if I put it in my face. Boom. How many of you guys drink sparkling ice? Could you tell? Could you tell, Patrice, that I had a kind of an addiction to this? Listen, I drink, these things are good as fuck. And they don't cost that much. They're only $1 a pop. They're only $1 a pop. Oh, Javaro says we're at 7.9 billion, Shan. Okay, we're almost at 8 billion. What'd I say, 7.5? $1 a pop. These are good. There's no sugar. With zero sugar, with vitamins and antioxidants. Sparkling juice, sparkling water. Calories, 5 calories for the whole bottle. I don't drink soda, you guys. I don't drink 7-Up or Sprite or Coke. Like, who drinks Coke anymore? Like, do you drink Coke? Do you claim to be somebody who wants to be fit? Ladies, do you want to be fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun? Emphasis on fit, and you sipping down Mountain Dew? You sucking down a fucking Coca-Cola or a Pepsi? We ain't on the same sheet of music. I drink unsweetened iced tea. Some people are like, I need raspberry iced tea. Oh, you need all that sugar, you mean? That's really what you're saying. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everybody, please throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
Latrine Jean-Baptiste. Thank you for hitting me. She just covered 5 more bottles because these are $1 a pop. Thank you so much. I'm addicted to them. I'm glad it's a trip that you noticed that because I got a refrigerator full of them. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Drea says in Los Angeles, you need to make over 100 grand unless you want your wife to work as well. It costs a grip to live here. Then you know what? Make 100 grand. Fellas, if you want to live in Los Angeles and you don't want your wife to work, you got to make 100,000. Then make $100,000. That's why I yell at men. Make 100 grand, bro. Stop making 50 and then asking your wife to get the fuck up in the morning like you do and going to work like you do. And then you want her to still be the woman. You still want her to submit. It costs. You got to pay the cost. You claim you want to be the boss, fellas. You got to pay the cost. You can't sit up around and talk about what you want and this is what I demand and I need to have this and have the blah, blah, blah. And your woman is fighting traffic. Hell, she getting home after you and left before you. Nah, bruh. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. So if it costs 100 grand, make 100 grand. If you to get what you want, see, we talk about the outcomes that women want, but let's talk about the outcomes that men want. If you want these outcomes, brothers, you got to pay the cost. It is what it is. I'm sorry. There's nothing else I could tell you. There's no way around it. So yeah, shout out to Miss Drea. Shout out to Miss Drea. See, $100,000. Anyway, make the money, fellas. Make the money. Make the money. I got to get ready because we getting ready to watch a movie in 15 minutes. So I'm going to have to end the show. I got to do a hard out. I got more points I wanted to talk about. Damn. I got more points I wanted to talk about. I should have gone live earlier and my system ain't working and my camera's tripping. See how it gets dark right here? Now it's going to lighten up. So, but don't worry about that. I'll figure all that out. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to talk about this. I wanted to start the year off with a conversation to the ladies, particularly. You need to know if you're going to work, and I don't want you to work. Ladies, Shannon doesn't want you to work. I want you out of the workforce. I want you out of the workforce. I want you out of the workforce. Instead, I want you to be married, having children, nurturing your family, and doing only what you want to do, not what you have to do. Shannon wants women to do what they want to do, not what they have to do. If you want to work, fine. If you want to stay at home, fine. If you want to shop all day, fine. If you want to start a nonprofit organization, fine. If you want to start a small home business, fine. If you want to open up a boutique downtown in a small retail location, fine. If you want to do something that makes you feel good, then do that. I do not want you to have to do anything. I don't want you to do that because men want to work. That's what it is over here. I believe in the 100% men cover it all. That's what I believe in. That's what I believe in. You can ask my ex. She did not have to do anything. She did not have to do nothing. I appreciate you guys. There is a gender pay gap, but it's real and fake. It's real because it actually is here. It's fake for the reasons why a lot of people will tell you that it's because men are hating on women. And don't get me wrong, I know there's some areas in some sectors that's the case, but it's by and large because, ladies, you guys are not negotiating what you're worth. 2 is because you're not doing the jobs that garner higher wages that men are doing. And 3, you simply can't do it. You can't do it. It's there. Listen, I know there's women firefighters out there. But ladies, can you lift your husband? If your husband was to have a heart attack today and you needed to get him in the car, ladies, if something happened, if your husband or your man had a stroke in the bedroom and his body fell limp, nothing to help, could you get him from the bedroom to the car? Could you get him from the bed? If you fell limp, I could lift you up with one hand, grab the car keys, get the babies, and while you over my shoulder, I got the babies in one hand, lifted. I got you lifted. I got the car keys and my phone, and I'm running. And all of y'all is getting thrown. I'm gonna put you in the SUV. Everybody's thrown in the SUV. I don't need to wait on no ambulance. We on our way. All within 30 seconds. That's me. In 45 seconds, if something was to happen, if you were to drop, you in the car in 45 seconds. It's not, I could snatch you up with no problem. I don't care how much you weigh. You probably, my kind of woman's probably only gonna weigh 100. It's gonna be lightweight. But if you were heavy, I'd still snatch you up. It's no big deal. Ladies, could you pick me up if something happened to me? If I fell in the bed, if I fell in the shower and knocked myself out, what you gonna do? Well, there's jobs that require you to be able to lift that person up. If you can't do it, are you really mad that there's a pay gap? Use your common sense, ladies and gentlemen. Use your common sense. F. Holiday says, and do it with the equipment on. That's right, Drea. All you can do is call 911. All you can do is call 911. And if I know that the Kaiser or County General is right around the corner, I don't need to call 911. I'm not waiting on no ambulance. I'm going to have you there fast as a motherfucker. You're going to be in the emergency room in 3 minutes. 90 seconds, you in the emergency room. I'm blowing through all the traffic lights. I'm smashing. Because I got my woman out the bathtub, in the car, and in 3 minutes flat, we at the emergency room. That's me. If the roles were reversed, what are you doing? And that's what we're talking about. So use a little common sense when it comes to that. But here's the reality. If it's a job that you should get paid higher, negotiate it, ladies. I need you to know your worth. Know your worth. And then maybe, just maybe, you'll do a little bit better than you have. I appreciate you guys. I'm getting ready to tap out. Why do I have AAR discussion here? I don't know why I got that there. The contest winner is still not working. I'm going to have to hit up support. I hit them up. None of this worked. I didn't get none of my stuff working. So I don't know what is going on. I'll hit them up again and ask them what's going on. Subscribe to my channel, please. Like this video and join the SR Army, where you can unlock a lot of different perks, right? Hoo-ah! Where you guys can unlock a lot of different perks, like watching movies that we're getting ready to do in the next 10 minutes. I'm Mr. Shan. I'm the man with the plan. I've been there, done that, and not much surprises me anymore. And you, my friends, are dismissed.
Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere beber. Pa' que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en él. Como que ella quiere, disfruta la noche, lo anormal. Creo que el novio teme que su relación va a terminar. Se da cuenta que no necesita a alguien más. Quiere un selfie para su Instagram. Ella ya no quiere relación, alguien que diga su condición, que solamente le dé traición, para después llegar con un perdón. Quiere hangar y ser de esos babies que goza la vida y lo hacen como esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver. Para que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca en mí. No tiene sueños, solamente en sus sueños. Nos ponemos risueños con un norteño y mi flow brasileño. Yo te juro que es bueno, ya me doy el palo. Ese empate si lo desigualo. Le gusta lo nasty y lo malo. Me traje un regalo. Ella ya no quiere relación, alguien que diga su condición, que solamente le dé traición, para después llegar con un perdón. Quiere hangar y ser de esos babies que goza la vida y lo hacen como esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver, ella quiere ver. Para que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca en mí. Dime todo lo que ella quiere, nada ha sido regalado. Entre más independiente, más quiero estar a su lado. Es de esas nenas, mata, es que más. Ella está plena la noche entera. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver, ella quiere ver. Para que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca en mí.